Hello, I hope I am live. Little thing is not lit up. Let me know. But in case I am, this is it's tip demo time, and it is Jean with Captain Stitches. Welcome, everyone. We've got quite the chat going. So let me see if I can catch up with it. I know that Michelle with Michelle's Crafts and More is here. Joyce stopped in to say hello and is going to watch the replay. We have Soul Brother Mike, a New York beauty here. Hello, hello. And Tracy, good old Tracy is here. Welcome to you, Tracy. Great to see you this afternoon. Elaine is here. Elaine, Tracy, and Mike are all channel supporters. So yay. Katie Crafts is also here, also a channel supporter. Judy Hebert is here. So Terry is here. Carol Shaw is here, also one of the channel supporters. And Melissa Fieldhouse is here. Hello, hello to all of you. It is great to see you. So yeah, something's coming up just a little bit different. What's usually lit up in red is lit up in white. So I certainly hope that I am live. No problem. You're not late. We're just getting started. In fact, I'm a little bit early, Vicky, so you are not late. Vicky is here also, another one of the channel supporters, as is Agnes is here with us too. Welcome to you, Agnes, another channel supporter. And Rob with Quilting in the Man Cave has joined us this afternoon as well. Welcome, welcome, everyone. And boy, that chat is just going up there. So if I miss anyone or any comment, I apologize. I do not mean to. So if you ask a question and I don't get it, just type it in the chat again, and I will eventually get to it. So thank you, everyone. And I apologize. We have a little vocal guest in the cottage today. There's been people making some noise, slamming doors and everything on the road outside the cottage, and he doesn't quite like that. So if you hear him back in the bark, yeah, if you hear him back in the background, if you hear him bark in the background, I apologize. Hopefully that noise will stop, and so will he. But welcome everyone that is here early and ready to begin. We'll give it just a little bit more time for others to pop in before I get started. And so Terry says, hey there, Whip. And so Terry says, I'm going to be working on something and listening. No problem, Terry. Thank you. Yeah, back in the background. Yeah, that was a good one. Bad daughter. Sorry, I'm late. You're not late. I was a little bit early. No problems whatsoever. We're always just greeting everyone in the beginning. So, yeah, never late. And Brenda is here also. She caught the live and early this time. Yes, welcome to you. And Andrea is here, Mama J Enterprises, another channel supporter. Welcome to you this afternoon. And Danielle, sorry, hello, hello. Just commenting on it first and didn't say hello, but hello to you, my dear daughter Danielle. How are the puppies doing with fireworks? We've had them for the last 3 nights. Good thing old cat is deaf, asked Katie. It doesn't seem to bother them. I don't know if it's because they were young enough the first time that they heard them, but no, that hasn't seemed to bother them. The other noises do, but the fireworks that have been going on for a week, at least here, does not seem to bother them. Hello, Loretta. Welcome to you this afternoon, too, who is also one of the channel supporters. It's great to see you. And I believe I have caught up with everyone that is here. But today is the first Wednesday of the month, and that is always when we do our block of the month for the block of the month quilt along for 2024. I'm just going to hold it up right now and show the block. It is a double friendship star with a 4-patch. So this is it partially put together, and I will be showing how to put each one of those sections together and then the whole entire block together. But that is what it is going to look like. And of course, July, so I chose the red, beige, and blue. I'm not a white person. I don't like stark white, so I always use kind of off-white or a beigey creamy tone instead of white. But make sure. And there is Gladys, the confident quilter, has also joined us, and she is also a channel supporter. So welcome to all of you. It's great to see everyone this afternoon. It's a little bit warm and muggy and very, very windy here today. But yeah, I had to make sure every time I go out, it's like, whew, the hair goes wild in the wind. But it is what it is. I'm just glad it's not storming and raining yet. And really, really sorry about the people that are in the track of the hurricane. And Quilt Squirrel is here. Hello from Chillicothe, Ohio. You're just right down the highway from me, Quilt Squirrel. We'll have to we'll have to chat and see if we can't get together sometime. Awesome. Welcome, welcome, a fellow Ohioan. Not far from me at all. Okay. So, for those of you that are doing the block of the month, I think you will be happy to see that I have given you a break, and this is not a difficult one this month at all. You should be able to get the pieces cut very quickly and it assembled very quickly. So if you are behind, this will give you a chance to catch up because this one goes together rather quickly. I'm going to leave that lay off to the side there, not too close to my iron so it doesn't catch on fire though. But yes, it's muggy and windy here in Pennsylvania too. Yes, not I can take the heat. I don't like the humidity and the mugginess of it. So now Whip is right underneath my chair. He got up and moved. It's like not going to be able to use the sewing machine. But of course, as I tell you every time on the block of the month, the first thing you're going to do, and of course, is find the block of the month PDF in the file section of the Facebook group Kept in Stitches and Friends. That is where it will always be found. And I did upload that early this morning. So that has been there for you to already get if you want to follow along. But it has the cutting instructions, the layout, and it has some written instructions on how to put it together this time because those are usually not included. So I just hand wrote that on there and added that in there for you this time. So you have everything that you need. And the cutting is very, very simple on this one also this time. So once you have that all cut out, the best thing to always do is like I do. You don't have to have a design board, but if you have something to go ahead and label, one of each of your color with the number, letter, whichever it is that corresponds to that, and lay it out the same way it is in the diagram, just the way it is going to be stitched together. That's the easiest way to keep track of what you are doing. And that is how I always do mine. But whatever makes you comfortable, go with that. But that is a very organized way to keep everything in place while you are stitching on it and less likely to turn something around the wrong direction. Not that that doesn't still happen. As you know, I've done that live doing one of these. So, and what did I miss that Rob said? It's okay, Danielle Stitchery. Call me anything you want, just never late for dinner. Oh, yeah. And Maritza is here also. Welcome to you, Maritza. It's great to see you. Hola, hola. I probably am not saying that with the best accent, but hey, I'll try. But I am going to take my labels off on the 4-patch right now so that I do not end up sewing those together. And I am going to add in the sewing machine along with me right now so you can see as I piece that together. So I am taking the 4-patch right up here. I'm going to lay that right down here in the order that it's supposed to go. So that is the 4-patch. All of those corners are going to get sewn together the same way, but pay attention to the way that they are laying out. They're not all going the same direction, but pieced in the same manner. So I'm just going to flip that right over on top of them, and I'm going to chain piece these together with the 1/4-inch seam. I already have my sewing machine set up for that. Make sure my iron is on and heating up. Always got it just outside my reach so I can never get in there, right? Get it to click. All right, there we go. So we'll put the needle down and away we go. Make sure that they're lined up as you put that in there. And I do not cut mine apart at this point. I leave them together, and I'm going to always press to the dark when I can. That's not always what you can do, but in this case, it's okay. They will come out just fine pressed to the dark. And I'm just going to finger press them for right now. And since I left that together, I know that they're still in the direction that they're supposed to be sewn. So I'm going to flip that over, nest that seam together, stick my finger there instead of a pin, and sew that seam together. And then that's not going to meet with anything, so it doesn't matter which way we press that seam. But I am going to give that a press with the iron before I attach it to the next piece. And I'm going to stick that right back where it belongs, already stitched together. And I already stitched the other three together before coming on. So the next section that we're going to do is this section right here, which is the 2 quarter square triangles and the half square triangle. So the first thing we're going to do is sew the 2 quarter square triangles together, which are the B ones. So I'm going to bring that down, keeping it in the way it is supposed to go. Hello, Samantha. Welcome to you. It is great to see you. So I'm going to flip that over and I'm going to make sure that that all matches on here. These are oversized, so you will be squaring these up once you get that together. And again, on this one, I'm going to finger press that open to the dark red. And there's just that little tip there to cut off. I'm just going to take my scissors and snip that off. No need to get the rotary cutter out for that little piece. And we are going to lay it right back on our board where it goes, so we know what we're stitching to next. Going to remove our C so we don't stitch that in there. Bring it over, and now we are going to sew this direction. We are going to flip that over and sew these two together. And what you want to make sure that you do when you are sewing these is line up the outside straight edges, because there is going to be just a slight difference in this, since the one was cut diagonally twice and the other one just once. There's just a slight little difference that'll be taken up in your seam allowance instead, and it'll come out just fine once we square those up. So that is the way that you want to make sure it's lined up on both those outside edges, and follow the outer part on your presser foot as you're doing that seam, and you will be just fine. And I am going to press that also to the dark. Finger press, and I am going to press that with the iron also before I square that up. So now everything else in here, our center was cut 4.5. These end up 4.5 unfinished. So we know that this one has to be squared up to 4.5. And let me go ahead and bring in that so you can see how I do that. I have a square ruler, one that's got the diagonal going across it, and you're going to line that up on the diagonal. You're going to kind of judge a little bit so you're not getting that all in one. You want to make sure that everything falls within the 4.5. Lay your hand on there sturdy. Open your cutter. You're going to cut the one side and the top first. Oops, and that moved just a little bit on me. Didn't get the pressure all the way through. When that happens, I'm going to go and I'm going to line that right back up there so I can get that edge cut off this time. Little hard working away from yourself. There, we got that. Now, what you do is you take the corner up here, bring it down to the bottom, and square the other two sides over far enough so you can get your ruler on it, making sure that you are on the 4.5 mark, that your diagonal is going on that diagonal seam line. And you really shouldn't have much to trim if everything was done right, but that little tip right there. And now everything is squared to 4.5, so it will fit just the way it is supposed to on our board. And you want to make sure that when you put that in there, that you look at your diagram so that you make sure that you lay it in there the correct direction. Don't want to sew that on there wrong. And this is actually our top. This is the bottom. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to sew the top section across vertically. We're going to sew the middle section across vertically, and we're going to sew the bottom section across, horizontally. Okay, horizontally, horizontally, horizontally. And I'm going to do that. This one is already stitched together. So I'm going to take both of these, take the D off there, and I'm going to stitch those two at the same time. This time I will cut the thread in between them. And you can't see me over here. Okay. Now you can. Just making sure. If I'm missing any questions, I apologize. Let me glance up and make sure there isn't anyone that has asked anything so far. But see, this is a very simple, quick, and easy lock. Sure, this is lined up. And I am going to cut the thread between there this time. And now the way you determine which way you are going to press these is I know that I want this center to be pressed toward the center. That means that these up here are going to be pressed the opposite, so they're going to be pressed toward the outside. And I'm going to take and I'm going to lay that back up where it goes right away, making sure that everything is still the correct direction. And now I'm going to go and I'm going to flip these over and we're going to sew those on. See, we're going to have this block done in no time. That we know is being pressed towards the outer edge. Slide it back in place and take this one over to the sewing machine and stitch it. Thank you. Mike is telling you all to give a thumbs up. Appreciate it. And so with Debbie is here, I don't think I saw you pop on earlier. I don't remember saying hello to you, but welcome, welcome. And Denise, so Patch 33 is also with us. Welcome to both of you. Great to see you. So I know that I didn't press those seams. I'm going to do that before I press the entire, stitch the entire block together. And I don't believe that got a final pressing on those seams either. So now all we have to do is we're going to sew this to this and then this to that. So we just flip that down. And this is where I will nest those together. And this time I will pin them because I can't hold my finger on two seams at once. Well, I am going to put a pin in those so they stay where they are supposed to be. And making sure we start out with everything lined up. And I sew right up to my pin. Take it out just before hitting it. That's the way my needle is holding everything in place where it's supposed to be, and I can line everything else up. And on this one, you will see how you know, because where this star point comes out, so you don't end up cutting your star off, there's always a little X that goes across there, and you want to stitch just to the right of that X. And then you will not be cutting off your star tips. And want to press that towards the center. So laying that right in there, and I'm just finger pressing that also for right now. And we are going to add the bottom section on. Hello, Gisela. It is great to see you also. Welcome. This is just going a little too fast and a little too easy maybe today. But that's always a good thing. We like those kind of stitching days, don't we? It's always nice to take a break between all the hard thinking and figuring and work on something that's a little easier once in a while. Get the quick satisfaction of getting something done without a bunch of problems. Not that you have to have problems on a difficult project either, if you just take it one step at a time. And that one is done, and we're going to finger press that towards the center also. And now I'm going to rest that, and then we will reveal the finished block. Sorry about the silence. All right. Put it back on our board. And I could have pressed that one just a little bit better there. And There we go. That's better. Don't want to fold in any of the fabric. And there is our finished. Yeah, that's not going to fit in there. So we'll leave it down there for you to see. There is the finished block with everything going the correct direction. If you check your pattern against that, everything is still going correctly. So we know that we did not make any mistakes on there. But I am going to remove that spotlight and bring myself back in. There you go. And we can see both the block still and myself. So see how quickly it was to be able to do that double friendship star with the 4-patch. Very, very nice block to use in a lot of things. I think it's a block that you will find is a very, very often used block. So nice to be able to have that one in your wheel horse of ones that you know how to do and put together very easily. So thank you for those that are saying nice block. And very pretty block. Very nice. We'll have to try this one out. Yes, it is a very fun one to do. I like that it makes the double friendship star there, just like it's spinning. And you will notice that you don't have to. You notice on this one, it shows that it is a lighter blue here and a darker blue here. I did not like that for my layout because I wanted this darker blue up against the red instead of in the corners. So I just reversed the dark and the medium blue on mine because of the fabrics that I chose. But you can do that in any colorway that you want. It doesn't have to be red and blue. It can be any colorway. I just did it in that since it is July's block. And I love red, blue, and beige anyway. Some of my favorite colors to work with. I like that check mark there, Gisela. Thank you. Danielle says, super gorgeous. And New York Beauty. So Brother Mike says, love this. Thank you, everyone. And look, it didn't even use up a half an hour's time. Of course, I had some of it pre-sewn together, but did not even take up a half an hour to end up making that block and getting it all put together. So with all the cutting and everything, if you were standing there and had your fabrics picked out, you would probably be able to cut this out and sew your block and have it done in an hour with no problem. And thank you, Denise. So Patch 33, it is great to have you join the membership, one of the stitching friends. Make sure that you send me an email so that I have your email information, but I will also drop the information and the links that you will need for the private group and the chat. I will have the links of that in the community, a community post for members only, so you'll be able to grab that information as well. But thank you, welcome. Great to have you. And Mona is here. Welcome to you, Mona. And let me see. With all the math I have been doing lately, my brain needs a break. Yeah, I don't even want to go there, Andrea. It's like with everything that my brain has been handling within the last few days. Yeah, it's nice to have a quick little break. Let's just say that. But so I was trying to think. I don't have it here, but I have gotten caught up and have the majority of the blocks for the rest of the year already figured out. So they will always be dropped in the files section so that you can have the opportunity to print off that PDF, have your fabrics chosen, and possibly do some of the cutting and be ready on the first Wednesday of each month. That if you want to, you will be able to stitch along as I show the construction of the blocks always during that Wednesday's tip demo time. And everyone is just What's the email command, Mom? You know, I haven't used it for so long. It's either exclamation my mail or exclamation mail. I'm not sure. Let me just go over and type it in there real quick. There it is. It's like I hardly ever use those commands, so I forget. I'm sorry. I apologize. But and I was able to figure out what the problem from last week was with the echo, 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 echo. It was nothing that I did. I didn't think it was. Zoom has made some changes and updates, and it was in their settings that they had made a change. And now you have to go in and disconnect audio on each camera that you use. So that is what the problem was. And evidently they've made some other changes too, because closed captioning is in a different location. Yeah, the colors that come up are different. There's a lot of things that they changed. So you just have to kind of play around with it and get used to the changes that they made again. I don't know why they can't leave a good thing alone sometimes, but that's all right. I figured it out and now it won't happen again until the next time they make a change. But that's all right. No problem, Danielle. It was easy enough for me to go in there and just type that in real quickly. Getting a little better at doing that. And Tracy says, cute t-shirt, Jean. Yeah, it's the one. I suffer with MPD, multiple project disorder, which who doesn't know that about me already, right? But yeah, we've got a little bit of time to just go ahead and chat here since that was such an easy block to get done nice and quickly. And Brenda says, Jean, you use a compression glove when you hand sew. Is it a particular brand? I bought one, but the glove itself is a one size fits all. I don't think it's the right one. I have three different ones that I use, and I don't use it much when I hand sew. I use it mainly when I am crocheting and that type of thing. A little bit when I sew, but I did put a link, I know, a couple weeks ago for the one, but these I'm pretty sure, I don't know if they came small, medium, and large or not, but I will leave a link for both of the ones that I use in the description box for you, Brenda, after this video is over. Give me a little while. It won't show up right away, but I will go and grab that and I will leave a link for those that I use. But the ones that I also use are the, let me see if I can grab them. I've got a cord here in the way, but I might be able to reach. And these do come in size. And it just happens to be inside out because that's kind of how they come off when you take them off. And so it is the, what does it say? It's the copper compression. I don't think you can see that up there. The fingers are just kind of inside, but there you go. It's the copper compression ones. You can find those at Walmart. I do really like those, and you can buy those in the different sizes because this says small on the inside of it. So those are the two that I use the most. Okay, not sure which those are, showing both of them, but uh, yeah, Andrea got some from Temu. I'm not a Temu gal, just saying. But I bought some things from them way back when they first were coming out. And yeah, that's just not one of the sources I go to for things. But hey, you go where you like, you buy where you like, no problems whatsoever. Everybody likes different things. The light purple ones. I have the copper ones too. Yeah. These come in different different ones, but yeah, these I actually got off Amazon. So, and they came 2 pairs for the price of one. I do remember that, but so. And so with Debbie says, gotta go, have a full desk of work to get through. Happy 4th of July to my Southern friends and neighbors. Yes, happy 4th of July to you as well, Debbie. Thank you. But, and we will move those off to the side, but I will go in and leave the links for that. Oh, goodbye, Gisela. I'm sorry if you've already gone. I didn't see that you were leaving up there in between the questions that I was answering. Thank you for joining us. And I don't know if I read yours out loud, Andrea, that you downloaded all the block patterns, and I'm going to work on them between other stuff when I have a break. Awesome, awesome. When do you have a break? Let me know how you manage that. Oh, but okay. So we might just end early here today because I have done everything for our tip. It's tip demo time on this Wednesday afternoon, unless there is something else you have any questions about and would like me to go over, I can certainly do that. You can see part of the background of the brain fog quilt is on the design wall behind me. I am getting ready for the collage applique portion of that quilt and some of the hexagons. That will be the next part that is coming up probably this Friday during the live on Friday morning at 11 o'clock. We'll be working on that once again and showing you my progress and how I do the process for the next step that I am doing, which I am designing this as I go. So I don't even know at this point in time how it is going to be completely finished, because as something pops into the brain fog, that is what I decide to do. And then I start designing from there. So that is how that one is coming together. I didn't see those particular ones, but I will ask. Thank you so much. You are welcome. And guess who, Nancy? Welcome to you. She says the block is gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you. It is done out of yeah, some Civil War era reproduction prints, and this one is a Moda print from a long time ago. It's a collection that I've used a lot. I just don't remember the name of the collection, but I do know that that one, the blue one, which you can't see the detail on it. If I hold it up, you can see it actually has red, beige, and blue in that on the fabric. But yeah, that's an old Moda line that I still have a little bit left. So, and Denise says, bye everyone. We'll watch the replay to see what I missed. You didn't miss much, Denise. Thank you for stopping by. And Danielle says, stay safe and keep me posted on how you are holding up, please, Andrea. And okay, so I don't think I have missed anything that is in the chat, except some of the things you are chatting with each other in there. But so there we have it. The double friendship star 4-patch block, which is our month of July. We are over halfway through with our block of the month. That's always nice to know that we're starting on the downhill slope instead of the uphill slope of getting that all done. Get that out of the way so I can read the the chat there. Vicky says that she has got to get back to the 100 crochet hats for both the dialysis center and your doctor's office. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That is a great thing that you are doing, Vicky. Lots of work and a lot of appreciation from the people that receive those. I know, having been one that has done that for a long time. And quilt squirrel, that can come out wrong once in a while too, can't it? Is telling everyone to have a safe and fun 4th. Yes. If you are going to be around fireworks, be especially safe, please. And if you are shooting them off, please have respect for the homes around you. Just saying, be careful. And Tracy is also telling everyone to have a fun and safe 4th of July. So with that, I am going to go ahead and say goodbye to everyone. Thank you for joining me this Wednesday afternoon with our It's Tip demo time. I look forward to seeing you on Friday morning for stitching in the cottage and working on brain fog. So have a great 4th of July. Be safe. And as always, remember that in the meantime, I can keep you in stitches. Bye-bye, everyone.